Back to Uncaged Tanks. Today I'm going to show you the second iteration of the first tank. So last week I showed you the first tank that I ever built, and at some point I decided that I wanted to make it better. So I had a very specific goal in mind, and I went for it. I'll show you that in just a moment. First, just like last time, we're just going to take a quick look at the current tank. We've got a couple frogs came out to visit because I've had the doors open, I don't know, a good hour or so while I prepared this. I did want to focus in on the plants. So one of the things you'll find out later, I'll just give you a brief rundown, is under these plants there's actually a quote-unquote aquifer, just an area that they're able to drain into that is lower water level so that it doesn't soak up. And this second iteration of the tank that I'm about to show you, that ended up being a big problem that I got to learn from. This plant here, this is a dwarf umbrella tree. It's definitely grown quite a bit in height since I got it. There's a side view of it. Obviously I need to clean the tank on this side. But that is a dwarf umbrella tree. Then we have the heart-shaped philodendron. Here, it's just because of the leaves, they have that little bit of a crest there. Makes it look like a heart, or at least a heart the way we draw it in general. And then we have this guy, which is a dumb cane. Now, I've done a lot of research to find out what these are. When I bought them, they just say tropical plants. So if there's anything in here that you know better, please let me know that I'm wrong and give me the correct information. But again, this is the dumb cane, or more properly, Dieffenbachia. And then we've got a polka dot plant. Not a very fancy name, but very beautiful. It's been flowering a lot. Let's focus in on the flower there. I don't really want to, but quite a few flowers. Very pretty plant. And then I've got this one up here. That is Justina. And it is the Janet Craig variety of the Justina. Hopefully you were able to hear me. That was a Justina. Whenever I put the camera inside, it's harder to hear due to the waterfall. And that bad boy likes to send its roots way down. So we got roots hanging down there, and that's part of the Janet Craig Justina. And then we've got that back there, which I've shown before. That's also grown quite a bit. The Creeping Jenny has grown quite a bit since I got it. And that's it for the plants. So from here, I'll go ahead and just show you the second iteration of the tank, and I will see you next time. Alright, here's my first modification. Last week I showed you the first tank. I wanted to make some changes. I wanted a waterfall to flow into a body of water. That's the thick portion that you see there on my mold. And then I wanted it to flow through a tributary into another body of water. And so I built this mold, and then I covered it with Flex Seal, which is the black stuff you see there. And then I had to remove the plaster of Paris. There's with the substrate in there, and I tell you, removing that plaster of Paris was extremely difficult. It's definitely a process I will not do again, but it accomplished the goal that I wanted. So there's the waterfall, flows into a body of water up at the top there, and then it actually has a separation in two streams into one stream. It was just me trying to be extra fancy. And then this is the body of water it flows down into. Not a whole lot of depth. I was limited with the terrarium that I was using. You saw it in the previous video, last week's video. Right around the corner here is where the river flows into this body of water. Directly underneath it, you can't see it because it's covered with rock, but the water flows through that rock and then underneath back to the pump, and then the pump pushes it back up to the waterfall. So there's a frog on the right hand side enjoying its new home. This still wasn't enough to house fish. You know, I had filter media in the back there and it's pumping it through, but it still just wasn't enough. But I learned a lot from it. Also, the other chambers where that plant is and the other plants are planted, it wasn't supposed to get water in there, and the splashing of the waterfall got in there and it caused flooding. No good. All right, here are a few pictures of the frogs enjoying this new modification. I'll let you enjoy these. Now in just a few more seconds, I'll have a short video clip in slow motion just to give you a laugh. Here we go. And a glutton, someone who just ate a little too much.